Okay.
Nice to have you here. So my name is Sly and the Brand Maker. I'm the founder of the Brand Maker company, and I'm excited to have you here. So what's your name?
My name is Chisache Noreen from
Okay.
Uganda.
Yeah.
I'm also happy to be here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be
so,
one.
yeah. So how is Uganda?
Uganda is fine. It has just been cold of late, like really cold.
Ah,
Yeah,
okay.
it's been
Good.
raining like crazy,
Yeah.
but it's fine.
Cool. Okay, that's fine. So is there a way you can shift a little bit behind so that we can see you from waist up?
Okay,
Yeah.
better.
Yeah, that makes you prettier.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's good for the audience, right? Yeah. Okay,
First,
cool. Thank you very much. Okay, so tell me, how old are you?
I'm fine. Yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah, so how old are you?
Oh, how old? Oh, sorry. 20 and
20?
20.
20. Oh, wow, that's good. Okay. So it's quite exciting. So when you are 20, what do you look at? Like where do you see yourself around 30 years old? What will you be doing? What will be happening in your life?
In terms, like in what perspective?
Like in terms of your relationship life, your marriage, or not, will you get married or will you not get married?
Okay, that is quite interesting. Okay, of course, like at the age of 30, I see myself with someone.
As what?
I see myself with someone.
Yeah.
But I'm not really looking at it as a perspective from the perspective of marriage as yet. I feel like you know how they say 30 is the new 20.
30 is the new 20.
Yeah, in court, like it's the same, I guess,
Yeah.
from Uganda. Yeah, so I think like, marriage, you have to, you have to be in marriage. You have to go in for marriage when you're like really sure that's what you want.
Yeah. Okay. So
Yeah. So
do you come from a background of were your parents married?
yeah, they are.
Okay. So and you grew up from a family. Do you have brothers and sisters?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So do you see yourself, whatever the age, do you see yourself ending up getting married or not? So like, is it a decision that you've made in advance? Hey, I'm gonna get married. Hey, I'm not gonna get married.
No, I have to get married. Like it's a proper way of how this whole relationship, courtship. I mean, it's the end point, right? It's the end goal of courtship and relationships, right?
Yeah. So what age do you think is the best age for a woman to get married?
As of now, I feel like it should be mid-30s. Let's say
Mid 30s?
mid-30s. Yes.
Like 35 or what?
Yeah, like 33, 34, 35. Yeah.
And what time do you think is the best time to give birth to kids?
To give birth to kids, it depends. It depends. Okay, me personally, I'd want to have like my first kid like at 28. Yeah, 28.
So you want to get your first kid around 28, right?
Yes.
So do you want to get your kids before you get married?
Oh, that's interesting. No, it's not that we planned that, but I mean,
What did you say?
no, of course you don't plan getting your kids before marriage, but it happens.
Yeah.
It's
So
sort of the trend.
so do you understand that when you have a kid before getting married, it's gonna complicate your ability to secure a man for marriage?
I believe that's still the case because we are in an
You believe that
era
that's not the
where
case? You believe that that's not the case?
no, it depends what kind of person you're with and how you guys come to an agreement on that.
How you guys come to an agreement? Okay.
Yes.
So now, are you dating currently or single?
Yes.
Okay.
No, I'm dating.
Yeah. Okay. So when did you have your first boyfriend? At what age?
Okay. I think like at 12.
12 years old?
Yeah, but of course it's not that serious. I think
Yeah, I
my
understand.
first my first serious relationship
Yeah.
was at 16. The rest don't really count.
Okay. So
Yeah.
when did you lose your virginity?
I'm still virgin.
Really?
Yeah.
So you don't have sex in your relationships?
My story is kind of complicated because I commute. You get, I'm a university student, but then I commute. So I'm under strict household.
So when do you plan on breaking your virginity, if I may ask?
I'm not, when it happens, it will happen.
Okay, good. So the reason I'm asking all of this question, taking you back to your first relationship, is because I want to look at what things are going to be around 28, 30, between 28 and 35 when you plan to get married.
Yeah.
Because you see, this is something that most women and most people don't look at in general when it comes to planning ahead. You see, for a woman, it's the man that comes to you, right? Even though
Yes.
some women may go out there and talk to men,
Yeah.
right? But it's the man that comes to you. And you also have the kind of man that you've planned to settle with, like your ideal man. You have some qualities and standards, right? And so you are expecting that as you live on, these people are going to be coming to you and you're going to pick and choose the one that is the right one for you, right? Now, let's say you have 10 men that will come between the age of 20 to 30. And also let's say 20 to 35 because you want to get married at 35. Among those 10 men, maybe you have 3 of them that are your ideal men. Okay. Now, among those 3, you don't control whether they're going to accept to settle with you or with another girl. Because what you need to understand is that this same man, my lighting is kind of off, but I don't know. This same man.
Mine is what?
No, I think yours is okay. We are all okay, but I don't know. It's like, anyway, let me consider. So this same man, right, that you're looking for, that's the ideal man, tends to be the ideal man for most girls. Because we've realized through experience that most girls like to date up. They like a high quality man, what we call high value man, right? They like a man that's taller than them, that's richer than them, that has more influence in the society than them and all of that. So again, women tend to look at the same quality of men, the top 10 to 20% of men, right? So those ideal men, they also have options. They also have
an ideal man.
Yeah, your ideal man. So the man that you are targeting, the kind of men that you want to settle with, that you want to marry if you wish to get married, right? They are few in number.
Okay, of course.
Do we agree on that?
Yeah.
Do we agree that the type of men that if we place 100 men in front of you, you're gonna pick like maybe 10 to 15 that are the ideal, or maybe less, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, because for a relationship to work, first of all, like no one should ever lie. There has to be an attraction first.
Yes.
So if I'm given a sample of 100, of course I'm going to first choose those targets everyone is looking at. I don't know, the physique. Like I want like the physique, and then other things come in later on.
So what are you looking for? Number one, you are 20 years old. You say the first thing you are looking for is the physique, right?
Yes.
So describe how he's supposed to be. What is the physique like for you?
The physique. Okay, first of all, the size matters a lot.
What?
Like girls consider height, but the size matters a lot because I'm not a small person. I'm not a small girl. kind of chubby.
How tall
So
are
I'm
you?
looking
How tall are you?
I'm 5'4".
5'4". Okay. So you say the
Yeah.
size matter, the size like this.
Yes.
So you're not
Yes.
just
And then
the height, but the size.
no, of course it can be shorter, but I'm saying the size. I consider size most because like for my size, if I'm with a person smaller, I'm going to look like I don't know, it's going to look like my son,
So he has to
essentially.
be taller than you, and then he has to be wider than you. That's what you're trying to say.
Yeah, but
Okay.
an average size,
Yes, like
like
good, like broad shoulders, right?
yeah.
Okay, perfect. Okay, fair enough. That's cool. I understand that. So that's the first thing for you, right? That's the first thing you look at. Then what's the second thing?
And then the second thing, of course, like your physical appearance has to be average. I'm not really going to go in for the most good-looking person, but I want someone presentable.
Yeah. What about does he have to be muscular, not muscular or what?
Of course, muscular person to be.
Of course, muscular.
Has to be masculine, like as a man.
I can feel the enthusiasm and the excitement. Okay. So like now you see what you just said there is also the choice of most women, right? So like
yeah, of course, I know people
yeah,
be looking at me.
it is in the DNA of most women, and we
Mhm.
cannot hold that against them. It's like in the old days when we're living in small communities, in small villages, we needed people who could hunt, people who could fight with animals, people who could fight with neighboring villages and conquer. So they had to be strong, right? So
Yeah.
it is the protection ability of men, which is okay. And that's what women are looking for. So protection and provision. It means that you can provide, it means that you can go and gather food, you can kill a lion, bring home. You can also defend your family from intruders and things like that, right? So broad shoulders, muscular, taller than you, all of those things are things that signal protection. So it is in the hindbrain of women. It has been there for thousands of years, right? So it's like something that just sparks the attraction, right? So I understand all of that. So you have to understand that the same thing that is going in your DNA is also in the DNA of most women. So that same man that you just described is also the kind of man that other women are looking for, right? So the point I'm trying to make is that in as much as most women think that they have control over the dating market, they don't. Women have control over sex, men have control over relationships. What do I mean by that? In other words, you can stand anywhere right now and say, hey, I want to have sex. Let's say you go into a restaurant and say, I want to have sex. Most men are not going to say, let me finish. Don't get triggered. Most men are not going to say, oh, I don't want to have sex with her. No, you're going to have at least 2 or 3 or even 4 or 5 or 10 men that are going to say, okay, yes, I'm in. Okay. But if a man comes to a restaurant and say, hey, I want to have sex, most women are going to like, is he crazy? You see what I'm saying? Except it's like 0.001% of the toughest, hottest men in the world. Okay. But the point I'm trying to make is that women control access to sex. Okay, you control who you open your legs to. But after the sex has taken place, the man holds the key to a relationship, to a longer term relationship or marriage. Does that make sense?
It makes sense to a certain extent. But again, I feel like the key to the relationship is a fine balance between the two parties.
Yes.
Like the woman also contributes to that. Because
I understand. Yeah. I'm just saying that it is the man that goes on his knees and say, will you marry me? Or
okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's the man that gets married to the woman. It's not the woman that gets married to the man.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
In a generation whereby women marry men.
Yeah. So I'm saying that let's assume that you've already pre-selected the man, that this is my ideal man. He has everything you need, right? And you've looked around and there's no other. Is this an ideal man, right? And that ideal man, you're already in love with him. You've already had sex with him. Now, the next thing is the relationship part of the story. He's the one that has the key to it, because if he doesn't say, I want to marry you, even if you love him, you're not going to have a relationship or marriage. Do we agree on that?
Oh yeah, it makes sense.
Because that is where most women go wrong. Women have a lot of options, have a lot of attention towards them, but most of the time, do you agree with me that most women cannot distinguish whether this attention is going to end up just in sex or it's going to end up in marriage?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that is the irony. In other words, you planning to get married at 35 is not under your control completely. Do we agree on that?
I now agree.
Why don't you agree? I just spelled it out to you. Like I just went from ABC, 1 + 1 = 2. I just showed you the logic there. Like let's say
it actually works out, because I mean, if I want to, I can want to get married at 35, but then if I'm with someone who is not yet ready, like I have no choice, I have no control over that.
Yeah. So let's say, and you also have to understand that at 35, your eggs are drying up.
Yes.
The possibility, let's say you want to get married before you have kids, right? At 35, your eggs are drying up. So you can't take the risk. Pregnancy, getting pregnant at 35 and giving birth comes with a lot of risk. Can you hear me? Are we having some technical problems? So I was saying that
I think
the risk of bad pregnancies, the risk of giving birth at 35 comes with a lot of risk, right? Because biologically, your system is not as strong as when you are in your 20s. Do we agree on that?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's review again. So with everything I've said, don't you think that it would be nice to start aiming at getting married earlier than 35?
Okay, if it happens, first of all, like there is also something called fate. If it happens, it will happen. If it happens earlier, it will happen. But me personally, I'm looking at commitment.
Mm-hmm.
You know, marriage is about you come to an understanding, an agreement, and commitment. Because yes, people are getting married. You're looking at marriage earlier in 20s, but then, I mean, sorry to say, but most people have, I don't know, most people have kids with, you can find someone with 2 kids and 2 different fathers at the age of 20.
Mm-hmm.
The reason is like it didn't work out with the first person, and even if they had gotten married, and I mean,
so if that,
sometimes
are you saying that you are open to those kind of things? If it happens, it happens. If you have kids before marriage, you're okay with that?
Yeah, I'll be okay. Not
Okay.
kids, 1 kid.
1 kid. What about 2 before marriage?
No. No.
No. Okay. Let me ask you a question.
And okay, I don't think, and I think the reason as to why my headspace is not really into marriage and
Yeah, of
having
course,
kids.
you are 20. Most girls are 20, don't think
No,
about
no, that's not the reason.
Okay.
The reason is I'm planning on further studies.
Hold on, come again. I did not hear you well.
I'm planning on further studies.
You are planning to further your studies?
Yes, because my dad thinks after this degree, I can actually do another degree, like medicine. So that is going to be like 5 years. So that by the time
what degree are you doing now?
Right now, I'm doing biomedical technology.
And after that, you want to do medicine?
That's what my dad wants, and I'm also looking at it.
Okay, good.
So I mean, so this course I'm doing is 3 years, and then after doing the other one, those are 5 years. So by the time I'm done studying, I'll be 28.
Yeah. So, do you plan to get married to a man who earns more money than you or less money than you?
No, I would want to marry a man who earns more.
Who earns more money than you?
More.
Okay, yes. If you are already a medical doctor or you're in medicine, you're gonna be earning money, right? So what do you need the man's money for? You can take care of yourself.
No, okay, yes, I can take care of myself. But at the end of the day, we're going to make a home.
Mhm.
We're going to make a home. We're going to we're going to come up with a family.
Can you complete your medical education while already married?
Yeah, I can. I can.
Yeah, so the point
I
I'm
can.
trying to make is that most women don't calculate these things properly. And so
Yeah.
you've seen stories on TikTok, on Instagram, online, stories of women who never thought they will not get married at a certain age, maybe at 40, crying that now their eggs are dried up, they have not even had a man they want, and they have not had a partner who's want to settle down, and they are hungry to make babies, and they are not very sure they can conceive at this age and things like that. Now, the reason those things happen is because women have the illusion that they control this process. You don't. You don't control the process. Your biology is a limitation. Men, on the other hand, they can go up to 60, they will still produce sperm, and they can find a young girl to inject that sperm into, you know what I mean, for them to have a baby. So if a man says, okay, I'm going to end up getting married, I'm going to end up being a father, that is under his control. Even if it means that the man can hire a surrogate mother for his sperm to be incubated. I'm talking about worst case scenario for the man. I'm talking about a man that maybe is very, very unattractive, and he cannot have a wife who will say yes to him. I'm just giving the worst case scenario. He's still gonna have his seed and his genes propagated into the universe. But you, the woman, you don't have control over this process, right? I did a YouTube video on this the other day. So that's why I like some of this discussion, because it's an opportunity for us to flesh these things out, to see other people's perspective. So the point I'm trying to make is that you don't have control over you getting married, as you may think. And
But
for
you
all
can
the
also
ladies
contribute
watching,
to that.
what?
That is why me studying my medicine and becoming a medical doctor, that makes me a woman of power, an independent person, someone educated and can actually, I kind of set the pace sometimes, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know, have you ever dated like a woman with power?
So you want to be a woman with power, right?
Yes.
Okay. So what does a woman with power? So let me ask you this way, right? Let's forget about marriage. Let's just look at your goals. You want to become a medical doctor, right? And that's going to make you a woman with power. So how is that going to help you in your marriage if you're a woman with power?
In my marriage, I'd like to say, I don't know, your husband or partner gives you respect at a certain, you know.
So your husband, so you think that if you don't have a medical degree, your husband is not going to respect you?
No, not really. I'm just saying power. I'm just saying the value my degree can actually add to it is that I'm going to earn.
Yeah, let me break it to you. Let me break it to you this way.
Okay, the thing is being independent. You know the way
I understand the independent thing. Okay, I know that it has gotten to Africa. Okay, so guys, pay attention. Strong and independent woman is not just in the US. It's not Africa. Okay, so here's the thing. No man, I repeat, no man is looking for a lady. Is there, okay, you say, talking to girls and say, okay, this one wants to be a medical doctor and he has an erection. It doesn't turn them on, okay? But a man looks at a beautiful lady, nice shape, nice boobs and everything, beauty, and he turns them on, okay? Men don't really care. Now, I'm going to be very specific here so that there's no confusion. The kind of man you want to get married to, who is going to earn more than you, who is going to be more handsome than you. When I say more handsome, it means that he's very handsome, he earns more than you, he's muscular. And because he earns more than you, there's a high probability that he's maybe a medical doctor or a big somebody in another field, maybe a big musician, or he's dominating his field. So that's why he earns well, right? The fact that he's that kind of man, He doesn't care because he earns well, he earns more than you. He doesn't care about your money. And your title is the icing on the cake, but it's not the cake. Does that make sense? And the last thing you want to do in your relationship is to think that brandishing your doctorate or your medical doctor degree in your marriage is going to bring you peace, or is going to make your husband love you. He's gonna do the opposite. Let me tell you something.
No, but I think these days, however much a man is earning, I'd like to think these days it's more of what do you bring to the table? What can you add to me? You get like someone, like I feel like men are looking for someone who can build onto, even if you're adding a stone to this building.
Yeah.
I mean, like he's looking for your contribution, you as a woman, like all the looks aside, because men are always going to root for those ladies, but at the end of the day, you can see someone ending up with a woman not as beautiful as you pictured the wife to be. But I mean, there's a reason behind it. Like this woman has these other elements.
Yeah, I understand. So you are trying to say that. Yeah, you are trying to say that women nowadays, to compete, you cannot just rely on your beauty. That's what you're saying, right? You cannot just rely only on your beauty. You have to bring something else to the table. Is that what you're saying? I agree with that. I agree with you on that. But here's the thing. That's why I say the education is the icing on the cake, but it's not the cake. The thing that men find valuable is respect. Okay? Men find respect super valuable. Okay? So that is why men will go to war to honor their country just to get respect. A man will take a bullet for his wife or for his family because of respect. Men will fight and kill others for respect. In other words, a man's currency, a man's highest, the thing that men value a lot is respect, and the thing that women value a lot is attention. It's attention that they confuse for respect. In other words, when a man gives you attention, he's giving you two things. He's giving you both respect and attention. Does that make sense? And the way you get that attention, the way you get attention and respect and love from a man is if you respect him. Does that make sense? It's not the other way around. It's not because you are Dr. That. Okay. In other words, I'm not saying that you should not pursue your education. Don't get me wrong. Pursue your education to become a medical doctor, right? But put in your mind that what men want is always opposite to what women want, because we are yin and yang, positive and negative, right? Most of the time, what women find valuable, because you, for example, you find a medical doctor, a rich man, more valuable to you, because the man has influence in society. The man is known by many people. People respect him. It is the opposite thing that men find in women. A man wants a virgin. He wants a woman that is not known. He wants a woman that doesn't seek attention from other men around. He wants what we call, let me finish. He wants what we call an undiscovered diamond. Undiscovered what? Diamond. For him. That's what he respects. That's what he kneels down to. That's what he adores. That's what he respects. If you are that to a man, you are more respected by him than a medical doctor who is not that. It's again opposites. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. It does. But if you're a medic and then you have respect at the same time, I mean, what is better than that? Being all around.
What did you say? Sorry, I got distracted here. What did you say?
I was saying, yes, a man is going to look, because I don't think men are the same. So you might be looking for an undiscovered diamond for yourself, but then someone out there is looking for a certain aspect from someone,
You're talking about me?
Because I don't want you to take it that a woman having a higher rank, that woman won't have respect for the husband. You can be respectful and still be that hardworking
That's why I'm saying that. That's why
person.
I'm saying that you should pursue your medical doctor and become medical doctor. I'm just saying that don't think that that is the most valuable thing. Like when you become medical doctor and you get married, make sure that you focus on what men want. I'm telling you what men want. Okay. I'm telling you that what they find more valuable than the medical doctor degree is a woman that wants them and that respects their every deed, everything they do for you. You respect that. You respect that, and you respect them. Respect is the language of men. Like that's what most women don't understand, right? Most men will tell you that, okay, if he's my husband, I'm gonna respect him. But it's easy to say it because they don't understand it. And that's why I asked you during the conversation that did you come from a home where you have your father and your mother and you learn from them and you saw, you know what I'm talking about? Like for men, right? Respect is number one. I don't know how I can emphasize it. Like you can get everything from a man if you genuinely respect him. Do you understand? It's actually the sacred code. But do you know why it's difficult for women to understand that? Because we are opposites, right? We are complete opposites. We are complete. And that's why most women think that because they respect men that are of high status, like medical doctors, and they find those men attractive, is the same thing that the man will find attractive in a woman. It's always the opposite. It's always the opposite. In other words, if you're a medical doctor and you are actually humble and you don't want attention and you are respectful to your husband, then you're going to get the best home. You're going to get the best husband. But here's the thing. Here's the thing that you don't know. The reason that most men avoid women of high achievement is because it takes certain masculine traits to achieve those things, to dominate a field. To become a high-level medical doctor, you develop things like serious leadership skills. And when we talk about leadership skills, you become actually what we call a boss babe. And when you become bossy, you start killing your subconscious respect character that you grew up with as a woman. Their natural feminine character of submissiveness is crushed through the process of climbing certain fields, especially if you have to dominate people as you climb. Especially, let's say you go to work as a medical doctor, you have a team of nurses reports to you, you need to put things in order. People do things wrong, you need to call them. You need to call them to order. You need to discipline people, all of those things. When you take that baggage home, you have to adjust and go back to your feminine shell. And it's not easy to do. And sometimes you can flip and the man is going to feel disrespected. Does that make sense? So that is why, so a woman will tell you that, okay, men are afraid of women that are of high achievement. No, they are not afraid. It's because the thing that men find, which is femininity, the feminine nature of a woman that men find attractive, gets depleted over time when a woman becomes.
I feel like if men are afraid of women with high achievements, that means men still want those traditional and those women of back then that were always submissive.
Yeah, but don't you?
And that is my problem.
Don't you want?
You don't have to always be submissive.
Yeah, don't you want? I understand you. Don't you want a man that is taller than you, muscular than you, and handsome, and can provide and can protect you? Those are the traditional things. Even when we're living in small villages, those are the same things that women want in men. It has not changed.
No, but back then things were like really different. Like
I understand that things were crazy different. I'm just saying that even though things were crazy different, and women were going for men that were taller than them, muscular and all of that. It has not changed now. In other words, the same things that turns on attraction in a woman for a man is the same thing that it turns a man on for a woman. It has not changed. That's why women they go for plastic surgery to have big butts and big boobs. Is because they understand that men value that. You know why men value big boobs and big ass? Is because it signals to them that this woman is fertile. She's sexy and she's fertile. It has not changed. It has never changed. And do you also know why men love a woman that is humble and feminine? Is because it shows that, okay, I am weak, I need your protection, I need your help. And so the man now releases his protection energy and to protect his woman. And he does it because he knows that after he does it, he's going to be compensated and respected for it. When the woman behaves as if she doesn't need the man doesn't find any fulfillment in the relationship. Do you understand?
Yeah, but okay, I'll go with that.
So it has nothing to do. A lot of women confuse it. They say, okay, you know what, things have changed. No. If things have changed, you guys should not also be looking for men that are taller than you.
No, like, okay, looking for someone taller is just a quality kind of aspect. I don't know. Okay, I could get someone shorter. But that looks wrong. That looks wrong. Don't like basing on something traditional wise, but it looks wrong having someone shorter, you know. Like as a man is supposed to be dominant.
There are two things involved here for the choice of a man's physique for women. The first thing is what is in the hindbrain, what is in DNA. When a man is taller than you, it signals protection, right? And it signals domination, because technically women are looking for a dominant partner. They are looking for a leader. They are looking for somebody superior to them. Yeah. Somebody who knows their shit, somebody who can handle things, solve problems. And men are looking for somebody that they can solve problems for. Does that make sense? Yeah. Yin and yang. Okay, so a man is here and a woman is here. Naturally, that is, we call that gender roles. It has always been like that. But with feminism, they are trying to change the order. And so it creates a lot of confusion. Even if when you look at gay relationships like lesbians, you realize that even in lesbian relationships, you see they know which partner, they choose the dominant partner. They know who is the dominant partner and who is the submissive partner. Do you understand that? Even in relationship between men and men, they do that. They understand that. But why is it that for men and women, which is something that should come natural, we try to complicate the hierarchy? Because when people don't play their gender role, there's confusion and there's chaos. There's complete chaos because people don't find fulfillment. A woman wants somebody who can solve their problem, who can earn more money than them. Can you hear me? Hello, Nori?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. I'm back. We're talking about what men find attractive in women and what women find attractive in men.
Dominance, right? And
yeah,
you know, you did this.
Yeah. So yeah, so what I was trying, the point I'm trying to make generally in these interviews is that if a woman wants to be without marriage, it's better to know ahead of time. And if you want to get married, it's better to know ahead of time. It's like if you want to build a home or a skyscraper, you need to plan things ahead of time. You need to hire an architect to design the house ahead of time. You need to actually know what you're building before you even start building. It's the same thing with life. Most people reach their 30s, 35, 40s, 38, women who don't know, they don't know what has happened to them. All their hopes is down the drain. They are beautiful, everything. It's like a shocker to them because they thought that they had all of the time in the world. You see what I'm saying? In other words, they were going through life without having a master plan.
Yeah.
So I was saying that when you have about 10 men, 10 quality men, let's say you have 20 men that are going to come your way. But among those 20 men, there are like 7 quality men between now that you're 20 and 35.
Yeah.
you don't have any control over whether those men who are quality men are going to stick around. They may have sex with you because it always starts with sex, right? But you don't know whether they're going to stick around. And for those quality men, if you tell them that, hey, you're not going to have sex with me, I'm going to give you the 90-day rule, or we're going to only have sex after you get married to me, they're going to go away because they have a lot of options. Remember, these are not the lower level of men in society. These are high quality men.
But if someone's intention is sex, then that means that person is not right for you. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
like,
but
if you're looking at love and marriage,
yeah, okay, let me
it
come
has
back.
to be more than that. You know,
let me say something here. Most men are satisfied with sex. In other words, for most men, some of them just want sex. They don't want commitment. Especially the type of men you want. Because most of those men, they appeal to a lot of women and they can only get married to one or two. So most of the time, you might not even know that they are in a relationship with another lady. Just like I'm saying that the men that you find attractive are the men that other ladies find attractive. There's a rule called the 80-20 rule, where 80% of women find 20% of men attractive. In other words, 10 to 20% of men are sleeping with all the women, or 80% of the women. And then the bottom 80% of men, they are strong men. Okay? 80-20 rule. That's how it is. It's actually 100-20 rule. You have 100 because women like to aim higher than their level. So you have the whole entire population of women focusing on the top 10 to 20% of men. Well, that's the competition. So there is no incentive for these men to be monogamous. There is no incentive for them to try to stick with one woman. That is why if you want to increase your chances, you have to review your standard. But can you go against your biology? Can you go for a man that is soft, is not muscular, same height as you? Can you beat your biology? It's difficult, right? So, that's what I'm saying. That as a woman, you need to understand that you have a limited window. As these guys are coming, you want to make them, the only thing that's going to distinguish you from other women is the quality that appeals to their soul, to their deep-rooted hindbrain as a man, which is respect. Because we are living in an era where most women are forgotten about that. They are focusing on their degrees, their doctorate, and all that kind of thing. They forgot that the thing that men find attractive is, first of all, the beauty of the woman, and then secondly, the nurturing ability of the woman. Nurturing means that's submissive. It is the feminine energy. Okay? It is something that a man does something very little. He feels respected for it, and so he wants to do more. And so he wants you to be there to be boosting his ego for 10 years, for 5 years. That's what we call marriage.
Okay.
Does that make sense? When I say he wants to be there to be boosting his ego, it might sound shallow, but it is not as shallow as that. It's like men want to be needed. If they don't find that they are needed, they're just gonna sleep with you and leave for the next one who finds them needed in terms of their protection and their provision. And just in terms of even their presence.
But then men these days don't want to provide.
Yeah. That's a different story.
They
right?
don't want to provide.
We are saying that we are talking about men who are already providing. In other words, they have their money right. They have their money right. They have their muscles right. And they have all of these qualities that we admire. We're talking about men that have arrived. That's why I'm saying that it's very tricky, right? So some women, even when they get married, they still feel like there's better out there. There's greener pastures out there. They still feel like, hey, I need to leave this marriage to go and look for something better. That's why most divorces are initiated by women. Because they have the illusion that they control the market. No, you control sex.
No, but then sometimes, actually most of the time, it's the men that drive the women to divorce.
I understand. It happens. It happens.
What happens? You're with someone. Do you know why women these days set their standards high? Like they want someone who already has the money. Like when you find a person already earning more than you, this person is going to see you the way you are and is going to respect you for that. But then when you want to lower that, you're going to get someone, you go with this person, you guys build each other, and then what happens? When he starts getting there, he's going to feel like you're not worth it anymore. He feels like he deserves better now. He feels like now that he has the money, he's going to go for other ladies, other people who are better looking, have better everything. And yet you're with this person through it all, through the hassles.
Yeah, it happens. I cannot say no to that. It happens. You're right. So that's what I'm saying, that there's risk involved, right? You now understand that nobody, like, there's a lot of risk involved in these things, right? And that's why we need to treat these things with the importance that they deserve. And it's serious business. And a lot of people just say, you know what, I have options. I have a lot of people in my inbox right now. They are saying hello, I'm neglecting them, all of that. Fine.
No. And yeah. Okay, I get that point of having options and all that, but then sometimes you have to, like, I don't know, I think everyone goes through that phase where you first explore all these options and then you come back.
Yeah, so I am against exploring for women. I'm gonna tell you why.
No, because you're looking at exploring in another aspect. Now, let me give you an example. See,
okay, hold on. When you say explore, are you saying that you need to sleep with 10 to 20 men before you decide which one is the best?
No, it's not sleeping. It's not sleeping. That's why I told you you're looking at exploring.
How do you gonna explore men?
You're going to try out these options you claim to have.
How are you gonna try them? Break it down to me.
Okay. First of all, I was dating some guy. Then as I was dating him, we reached a point after like 3 months, we broke up because I felt like I didn't like certain things. So I was just like, let me break up, I'm just tired. I feel like I can do better if I was with another person, But then things didn't work out. And bottom line of the story is I still came back to this guy.
You came back to what?
To this guy I was dating, to my ex that I broke up with.
So when you say you're dating somebody, it means that you guys are having sex. How are you guys dating without sex?
Not to me, because me, I haven't.
Huh?
Anyway, maybe out there, maybe.
So yeah, with these guys, and they have a lot of options. They have other women.
No, they are patient with me, and they know like my strict dad, what, so
they know your strict dad.
Yes.
So your dad is strict, and because that's why you don't give sex to these guys. Are you saying that you're in this relationship where you're not having sex with them?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
By the way,
I'm just wondering the kind of men. Are they very handsome guys? Yes. How old is the first one?
24.
24. Does he have a job?
He's studying.
He's studying. He's still in school. He's a student too, like yourself. Okay. And the other one that you left for, what's he doing?
He was working. He was studying.
Working and studying. Okay. Good. So, do they have other girls? Do you know if they are cheating on you, or you don't know?
No.
Are you sure you're a virgin?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. I'm gonna give you that. I'm not gonna argue about that. I'm just asking myself, in today's age nowadays,
how it works out.
Huh?
Okay, thing is, first of all, the course I'm doing is going to keep me occupied 24/7, and then I have to go back with my dad and also come back. Like my dad picks me and he drops me. You get?
Oh, okay.
You get the kind of.
So your dad. So you still live with your dad.
Really hard.
Okay.
It's really hard to get to me. You get?
Okay. That's a good dad.
And that is how it makes sense.
Okay, but how can you say you have a relationship with these guys without meeting them? Do you ever meet them, like you and the guy just in his room?
I was studying with one, the same course.
But to me, okay. So let's say you are with guy number one and you went to the other guy and you did not have sex and you came back to guy number one. So are you gonna be moving from leaving guy number one, going to guy number three, do the same thing? Is that what you call testing?
No, right now I'm at a point where I just want to settle in and have something move naturally, happen naturally.
Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why it's possible that those guys might stick. But what you need to understand is that they're gonna be seeing other girls. Okay, they're gonna be sleeping with other girls. That's a fact. They might stick with you because they know that it comes back to what I was telling you, right? They have found their undiscovered diamond. They are preserving it, and they are having sex with other girls. Okay, they are satisfying their need with other girls. And that's why I keep saying you are more valuable because of the protection of your dad and all that. You are more valuable than the other girls, even though the other girls they are sleeping with those other girls. They might turn and come and get married to you instead of the other girls, because the undiscovered diamond aspect is what the warrior wants. The man is a warrior, and men are territorial. In the old days, men will go to other lands that are more fertile, that have more fertile ground to cultivate crops, more animals, and they will kill the people there, and they will take their land, and they will take their wives. They will take the widows, become their wife. So men always explore. Today, it might not be wars, but men explore their fields like music, like art, like becoming medical doctor, a scientist. They high-value men, they explore. Ambitious men explore. So when they find a lady that nobody has been there, it's valuable. It's super valuable. That's why I tell you that men and women are opposites. A woman wants a man with a lot of experience, a man that is capable of getting other women but has said no and has come to her. That's what a woman finds attractive. But on the opposite side, a man finds attractive a woman that has not even slept with any man. In other words, if a man has experience, if a man has experience because he has slept with a lot of women, most women find that attractive. Okay, but on the opposite is not true. The things that men find attractive in a woman is not the things that women find attractive in men. Okay, we are yin and yang, we are opposites. So if that's your way of exploring, that's fine. I think it's a good way to explore. But if exploring for most girls, exploring is okay, I'm gonna sleep with as many people as possible, and I'm gonna find the one that's better. What is gonna happen is this.
The people are not scared of falling sick.
Yeah. So what is gonna happen is that they're gonna lose the ability to get attached and to bond with somebody. Women are emotional. So when a woman sleeps with somebody, they tend to bond with that person. They tend to fall in love. And so when they sleep with 10 different men, they break that ability in their brain to bond with any of the men. And so when they get married, they don't find satisfaction in the marriage because they are not married to somebody that they have invested their energy. In other words, they already know that maybe out of the 10 guys they slept with, there's a better one out there who did not get married to them, who did not choose them for marriage. So they know that this guy that they are with is of lower quality, maybe, to the guy who did not commit. And so they feel like the guy who is here, they have as a marriage partner is not the best version, or is not the best they could have acquired. And so they feel unsatisfied. But think about it this way. If she had not slept with any man, and she slept with just one man or 2 or 3 men, there's a high probability that she's going to find the man that she wants to settle with attractive and the right one. And she's going to be happy. So unhappiness in marriage is directly linked to the number of partners that the woman has had. Okay. So, hello. Thanks. I want to thank you for your time. I think we had a very good conversation. It was really exciting. I love the fact that you could listen, you could also learn, you could share your points with me, and I find that very, very, very good behavior on your part. And I think you're gonna find a very good man because you behave very well. Okay, and that should be linked probably to the way you've been brought up by your parents. which is good. But there are other things that I think I've added here that may have been additional lessons about men.
Thank you so much for sharing.
Yeah, you're welcome. Okay, let's end it here.
Bye.
Have a great day. Yeah.